Fair enough. Awesome. Okay, here we go. Saturday night, fellas. I'm gonna shout out the chat real quick. We got Johnny, we got Star Tiger Guy, Magic Lasso. We're a little early. That's okay. We're starting at a weird time. But yeah, shout out to Dan Piercy for hanging out with us. What's going on, Dan? Anything cool?
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, maybe it's just me. There's like a weird delay when I hear Dan, but that's okay. It's not a problem. We'll just keep moving on. Yeah, Rude Planet. What's going on? I don't recognize that individual. So
oh, you will in a second.
Oh, maybe I will. But we're gonna
I've got a shout out for him.
Straight to Comic Fu. He's got breaking comic book news. So
I don't know if it's breaking, but
I'll give you the floor, sir. Here you go.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we're jumping right into me, just so everyone is aware. I'm going to have to cut out of this stream a little bit early. I've got some family engagements. But I did want to come on here and talk about some interesting news that has come my way. In fact, this is a good segue with Rude Planet showing up here because I did want to give him a shout out. I had posted on my community tab 2 days ago, I think, the 1 in 25 variant cover of the Gold Lantern for Legions of Superheroes #7. It's a pre-sale. And of course, we have been talking this week. Everybody's been talking about it, right? About this book. Well, not this week even. It was last week, was it? Legion of Superheroes #6.
Right.
And why is this an important book? It's because it's a first appearance of the Gold Lantern and Monster Boy. This is a double first appearance. This is the A cover. I've got the B cover there somewhere. But that's why everybody's been excited about this book. And so I posted the 1 in 25 variant for Legion 7 that comes out like in a few weeks.
Right.
Rude Planet here commented on that and gave me a tip that I have not heard anyone else mention. I did a little research on it, and sure enough, I found it confirmed. Not that I doubted your Rude Planet. This is not the first appearance of the Gold Lantern and Monster Boy.
Oh.
Gold Lantern first appeared in the Green Lantern. I don't know about that. That'd be interesting. But this book, which just came out last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that, is not the first appearance. Actually, you have to go all the way back, and we're talking like several months ago now, which makes this really, really interesting. And in fact, let me, can I share my screen?
Sure. Yeah, go for it. I'll pop it in real quick so you don't see it.
Give me a second here. Got too much stuff open. I wasn't prepared.
That's my job.
Here it is. Yeah, I know. Does that show up there?
Yep, there it is.
Okay, let me switch over here and we'll take a look. Okay, what I want to show is I found this article thanks to Rude Planet. Check this out. This is a panel from inside Superman 14. See that guy right there? That's the Gold Lantern. On that same day, Supergirl #33 was released. And inside that book is this panel. That's the Gold Lantern right there. And you can clearly make it out. That is his symbol.
Yeah, there's no question.
There is no question about this. These two books came out the first day. Now, check this out. Do you remember a few months ago that a Superman and a Supergirl came out with an error cover? They printed the error with information on the cover that was not in the book, and they had to recall it. That was these two covers here. This is Superman 14.
I remember. Yeah, I remember
33. Yeah. Everybody was going nuts trying to get the error covers. Me, I was like, what do I care about an error cover? Well, now you care because not only is it a first appearance of two characters, cameo appearances, it also has error variants. Both A and B covers have error variants that mention Year of the Villain that should not be there. They were recalled and replaced And so, I don't know what this means. I don't know if these characters are going to be that hot. I'm a Green Lantern fan. I'm a fan of all things Lantern. So for me, I went out on eBay today and I made sure I got all 4 error copies, both the A and B covers for Superman 14 and Supergirl 33, because it just sounds to me like a good combination. You got a recalled error and you got 2 cameo first appearances, and nobody knew about this. This flew under the radar. It was a sleeper. And I went out on eBay today, and you don't even see that many people mentioning it, at least as of this morning. They were still selling them just strictly as an error. They didn't pick up on the fact that these are first appearances too. So you can actually pick up the error copy of that Superman 14 for about $26 on eBay still, and the Supergirl 33 goes for about $17 still. I'm going to guess that once people figure this out, it's going to go up. I could be wrong. So I went out today just to see what I could find, right? I did not find any Superman 14s. But at cover price, I found 3 Supergirl 33s today.
The error or just the regular copy?
Just the regular. But still, these flew under the radar. And so I got these at cover price. No big deal. Should something happen, cool. I would suggest if you have a chance, go out to your LCS, because they probably have not pulled these books yet, to go pick it up, even if it's not the error cover, because you can probably get them in the dollar bin or at cover price. I walked up and put these on the counter, and the guy that was working at the LCS, he hasn't been there in a few weeks, and he just looked at me and goes, "Oh, man. All right, tell me the story. What did we miss?" And he started telling me a story how they've missed a lot over the past few weeks because he hasn't been there. And which we'll get to in the dollar bin trolls there, Tim, soon enough. But he's not even listening. But so I told him, and he was just like, "Oh man, all right. Well, thanks for telling me."
Are we live?
We've been live, bro.
I'm just messing with you.
So anyway, that is my news. I thought that was pretty cool. I wanted to share it with the community. I didn't want to hold on to this for too long in case it does turn into a big spec. But here's what I found a few minutes ago. I was going through my uncategorized boxes over there on the floor trying to find my Superman 14 because I'm sure I got the regular cover. My son and I couldn't find it. And I happened to come across Legion of Superheroes #1. You guys have this book, right?
Yeah.
I challenge you to find anyone out there. I was all over the web this morning. I didn't find anyone talking about this. I saw this like 10 minutes before the show started. Check this out. Right here in the armpit. You tell me, who is that? That is the first, I'm telling you, it's got to be the first cover appearance of the Gold Lantern.
I'll raise you one. You're right. Because I happen to have the promotional poster, so I can blow it up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's the same picture. But let's see if I can make myself bigger and do this at the same time. Oh geez, where is it?
It's right in the armpit there. No, it's not that one. Go
other
down.
armpit.
Below the armpit.
Right there.
Right there. That is him.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Man, that's nuts, man. You're right. I was actually it's funny you were mentioning this because I was looking at this poster probably 10 minutes before the show started because Brian Michael Bendis is coming to our Comic-Con, and I was like, maybe I'll get him to sign a couple books. How cool would it be if I can get him to sign this poster? And I was looking at it and I was like, hey, there's Monster Boy. Hey, there's Dr. Fate. Hey, there's the Gold Lantern. Like,
is Monster Boy on here too?
Yeah.
I didn't spot him. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to derail the show. It's
you're right.
I was finding this out like literally as we were about to go live.
Here's Dr. Fate. He's near Gold Lantern.
So nobody's paid attention to it because remember, even when Legion started, we're like, why is there a Yellow Lantern in the Legion?
Maybe I was wrong. Oh, maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we all knew he was there, but we didn't know he was the Gold Lantern, you know?
Yes.
Maybe I was wrong. That's okay. But still, like, you're right. That's nuts.
And we got to give this one up to Tim, too, because Tim was the one that was all over the fact that Legion of Superheroes was coming out again. Like, it's so funny because amongst all of us, we had everything there. We just didn't know it.
It's like me and Metarog, the only people that cared that Legion was coming back.
And I should have known. If Metarog was excited about something, I should have been excited about something.
Yeah.
Right. So thank you to Rude Planet.
Yes.
I love that we get these tips from the community and we can all go and figure this out. And,
Shout out to Rude Planet, sir. If you want to go ahead and put your social media in the chat, we'll throw it up here on the board so everyone can take a look at it. Big props to you, man.
So that's what I had. That was
the big news. That was big breaking news.
Big news.
I want to give Dan a hot second to chime in here. I know he does a lot of writing about the comic book industry. Dan, what are your thoughts on Gold Lantern?
I am out of my element talking Green Lantern with you guys. I mean, I'm into a lot of DC stuff, but the last Green Lantern stuff I've read is like the first 10 issues of the Grant Morrison series, which
that's a good run.
Was hit and miss from issue to issue, but the issues that were on were delightfully strange.
Yeah, that's a perfect review of it.
So, Dan, have you been picking up Legion of Superheroes at all?
No, I mean, what am I reading, DC? I mean, this week. Wow, did y'all read Wonder Woman Dead Earth?
I haven't
picked
yet.
it up, but I haven't read it.
Oh my God, it's good. The first 2 issues are good, but this one is on another level. It just reveals a lot of the mystery, and it's awesome. The Wonder Woman book. Tim, you were talking about Justice League. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? You were talking about Justice League 45. I've been reading Justice League.
I think that was last week.
I think that's picked back up since the disappointing Perpetua Snyder non-ending Harley Quinn. And I was really surprised by Death Metal to segue into that if we want to.
We can.
I know Tim can't wait.
I know you can't wait. But I'm curious, before we get into the actual talking about the story, what covers did you guys pick up? Because there's a ton of different covers.
Hold on, I got to get mine out of storage.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I got this one and the black and white one.
Oh man, that's good.
It's over here.
I got this and Archer.
Very cool. Very cool.
But
I got really lucky. I'll show off my copies real quick.
What were did y'all have any expectations about Death Metal?
You see,
It would be good.
I expected
I forgot that Scott Snyder was writing it, because for me, like, I was really burnt out on new books when Corona shut everything down. And since it came back, like, every week I've been loving the books, and I'm like, was I just burnt out? And this is the week I realized the reason I've been enjoying new books so much is I ain't getting Snyder and Tom King every week. That's what was killing me before Corona, was those two.
I also picked up the 1 in 25 variant.
Oh wow, I like that one.
Yeah, him slamming on the guitar. This is a Dan Piercy cover because I know he plays guitar.
Man,
I have a book of guitar.
Tony shows up with these 1 in 25s each week. He's making me jealous.
Dude, my LCS has been on point. I've been so lucky because they don't really jack up the price. It's first come, first serve. And,
Oh yeah, you got that Batman 92.
yeah,
You know what I had to do
And I
after
thought that was really good too. That
it
deserves
cost me
mention.
some money.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
cost me money too, like $5.
Yeah, it did cost me $5.
That's funny. So shout out to my LCS. They've been throwing up these 1 in 25 variants for cover price. We'll have a couple of them, and it's first come, first serve.
That's really pretty cool.
Yeah,
That they do
you
that.
have to go into the store. They won't hold it. They won't ship it. You got to come get it. That's the only stipulation. So
Awesome.
that's the cool covers that I picked up. But Tim, what do you think, bud?
Oh man, everything about this book just doesn't make sense. It's just poor writing.
Oh,
And for me, the big thing for people like me is I bought all 39 issues of Snyder's Justice League at $4.99 a piece, almost $400, to buy a series that didn't have an ending.
yeah. That
If
was
you
very
don't know,
disappointing about the jail.
It ended with the JLA walking through a door. So Snyder said we're going to get answers in this book. You know what the answer was? To quote Wonder Woman, nobody remembers. We remember, Scott. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, we're going to kind of segueing into the intro. When that Justice League ended, the quintessence took the Justice League to the moon or whatever and said, hey, if we didn't take you, they were going to kill you right then. So then here's Snyder's terrible writing. He was going to kill all the Justice League, but they just sent like the JSA back to their time. They sent all the future people back to their time. So even though they were going to immediately kill the Justice League, we open with Wonder Woman working for them. Why do they need a Wonder Woman to work for them? They have an evil Batman Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that was a little strange. I was trying to understand that.
Yeah, everything in this book is forced, and there's so many walls of... I mean, we'll go through this a little bit at a time. There's so many just walls of words for no reason.
I mean, come on, I hated this. It's just
Oh,
lazy.
that was awful. So
Yeah.
this is going to be my biggest
I like the book, though.
complaint of the book. So I will fully admit right now, I have not been reading The Dark Knight's Metal or any of that stuff. The Batman Who Laughs, I haven't read it. So I'm sure it's like this throughout. But my first introduction was this book. Trying to get through the first 3 or 4 pages was brutal. The Batman Who Laughs, when he talks, the words are in red on a black background. They seemed to, like, every other character was bold, it looked like. I couldn't, maybe it's just my old eyes, but I couldn't get my eyes to focus. I was having such a hard time trying to just read it. And then it was just like, it was tough getting through those first 3 pages or so.
I don't know what I expected. But I kept up with the Batman Who Laughs. I kept up with the Dark Knight's Metal. So I had an idea of where it was going, but I would agree it's hit or miss. I'm not hating it as much as Tim hated it, but I'm also not liking it as much as Dan liked it. So I guess I'm gonna sit on the fence and just kind of live there. But
I think
Oh, sorry.
Sergeant Rock, though. Come on.
Sergeant Rock, that was
nostalgia.
pretty awesome. That was pretty cool.
This is the best way to explain Scott Snyder, and we'll see it as we review this book. Scott Snyder throws every possible thing he thinks is cool into the book. Even though he doesn't have a way to finish the story with it or do anything with what he throws in, he just does it because it's cool. So what you just wind up with is a big, like I said, garbage bag of a book. And this is a perfect thing. Like, here's Sergeant Rock. And then we go to Wonder Woman. The book starts off with Wonder Woman using a chainsaw to take apart her invisible plane.
Yeah, but what that leads up to is
A chainsaw.
Yeah. It may be the first time I've ever seen Scott Snyder show something and then follow through with it.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of this book, you're not going to see follow through.
And let me say, I bought this as a novelty. I was like, I am going to hate this. Wonder Woman with a chainsaw. What kind of sense does that make?
Well,
But of course, that's out of context. And in the context of the book, it's pretty good.
But I see what Tim means too, because I can just see them sitting around the room like, what would be the coolest thing we could do?
Yeah.
I know. We'll give Wonder Woman a chainsaw.
Yeah.
it's not the first time Wonder Woman had a chainsaw. I have the issue right here. Yeah. See if I have that cover right here. In fact, it was issue 7 of the book we were supposed to review tonight.
Again, breaking spec news here. The first appearance of Wonder Woman's chainsaw.
But that's not in continuity, so.
It don't matter. Wonder Woman with a chainsaw. See if I can get rid of that glare a little bit. Yeah, right there. She has a metal pipe with a chainsaw on the end.
Wow.
Yeah. This is issue number 7. So, that's cool. If anyone's going to, put their retirement on Wonder Woman with a chainsaw.
There you go. You got to have Injustice.
Yeah.
Or no, that's
Infinite Crisis. Fight for the Multiverse. And I think that's why it won, because people thought it was actual Infinite Crisis.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I'm okay with that. But
Which we
anyway,
will be doing next week, right?
sure, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So she's chopping up her plane and she gets a call that some of the Dark Knights are bringing in a prisoner. And this is where the other way I would describe Scott Snyder is he's not really a writer, he's a fan writer. Like, this is the kind of stuff you see fan writers do. So in the original Dark Knights, like Red Death, that's a pretty cool character. Dawnbreaker's a cool character.
Yeah.
So here we get to see our first new evil Batman, and it's a giant, the dinosaur from the Batcave he downloaded his consciousness into.
Dude, it's so bad.
And the only reason this dinosaur is here is to make dinosaur arm jokes. And that was the one bit of news I had. This dinosaur was going to get a 2-page story in an upcoming Metals book, but it's been canceled because I guess Warren Ellis, is that his name? Garth Ennis has a whole bunch of
Yeah,
I forget exactly what's going on with him, but he's in trouble.
I don't even know what happened exactly, but I saw that he put out some kind of like Twitter apology or something, and he's being canceled from everything. So
What? Really?
I think it has something to do with the way he was treating women or something.
Yeah, I think
I
was.
I didn't read it, so I shouldn't say anything, but
Okay.
it had something to do with that.
I know he had multiple women because the part I remember reading was some girl was saying people were messaging her saying, he has a whole bunch of women on here, right? And I'm like, I'm not interested in this, and quit reading it.
I mean, the dinosaur had that coolio little makeshift bat cow mask, whatever. You guys didn't like that? No.
What I want to know, okay, so this is the robotic dinosaur that Bruce Wayne has downloaded his consciousness into.
Yeah, when he was dying.
What's with the glowing eyes inside its mouth?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I'll admit, this all looks cool. That's what Scott Snyder does, is stuff that looks cool.
Yeah.
And then
context.
Yeah, there's another new Batman there too, some sort of mage Batman. Because we have Red Death, the dinosaur, and this mage we've never seen.
Yeah, and who is the old Batman? He like his costume's like falling off of him.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the mage guy.
His cowl's too big. Yeah, it's like falling off him.
Yeah, he's some sort of magic Batman.
Weird.
That's funny. But this one does have a good first appearance of the Beyonder, which is the dark multiverse version of Terry McGinnis. Batman Beyond.
Where's that at?
I forget what page it's on, but it also says it in the Key Collectors app. That it's I can't really read it, but it says the dark multiverse version of Batman Beyond, called the Beyonder.
The very next page is something else that gets me. We get this whole wall of text.
Lame.
I hate basically that. It says these soldiers, which we come to find out are really cowboys, including Jonah Hex, who were in the Old West, but for some reason were buried on the East Coast underneath the Batcave. Even though in another Scott Snyder written book, The Gates of Gotham, I'm pretty sure he said the Waynes were there for a long time, so they couldn't have been buried there before the Waynes were there.
You are right.
But not only do we have this whole wall of text just so we could show something cool in a little bit, he even has to put dead beats because they're called dead bats, because he just assumes anyone reading this would be too dumb to know it's a play on dead beats. Like, come on. Seriously?
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
But I think we also learned in this issue something cool.
What's that?
The little Jokerized Robins are called the Groblins.
Yes. Groblins.
See, I missed that somehow.
I thought this was a cool page. With
Keep in mind that
the flying Joker.
One of the Robins is actually Billy Batson. Shazam.
Really?
From was that Batman Superman or Batman Who Laughs?
It's Batman Who Laughs. I can't remember from what Earth it is, but one of the Robins on his chain is
Batman Superman, which was
Billy. Yeah, it's Billy Batson from some Earth that I can't remember. But they said they were going to do something with it, but they haven't yet. Just like, Three Jokers. Said they were getting something for that.
Yeah, they pivoted away from that to the lame Bottle City of Kandor mini arc, but they're off that now. So Maybe we'll return to that for fortunate.
Yeah. Geez, I don't remember what page it was on.
Look at Star Tiger. Thank you for reading, guys. Seriously, thank you for reading this book, so I won't have to.
And that's what we're here for. We're here for you, man.
Here's more of what I'm talking about. So right after that page I mentioned, he's calling a meeting of his people. He has Aquaman prisoner, but he has an Aquaman Batman and this new, like, what is it, Cthulhu Batman?
Yeah,
What do you need Aquaman for?
Shout out to Harley Quinn with short hair, though. That was cool.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of cool looking stuff. I'm not going to say it don't look cool. Like, there's these giant bats over here by Harley.
And the artwork is Greg Capullo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a Batman over here by Superman's hologram that almost looks like an evil Dark Knights. Like the Frank Miller Dark Knights Batman in his metal suit.
Oh, yeah.
One things that I really enjoyed looking at, even though it was really brief, was the Etrigan the Demon Batman. I thought that was pretty cool.
Where's that at?
Show us.
Whatever page this is, we have Etrigan the Demon as Batman.
Yep.
Oh, I see it. That's when the other the page we just talked about for Scott Snyder to do something cool.
Yeah.
When that's going on. Did you guys notice there's a giant Shazam in the Spectre with a giant Batman in the background?
Yes.
No.
I was thinking, how did Shazam get so big?
There's a lot in here.
Yeah, there's a lot in here. You also have, don't forget about Wally West. Flash or what's the word? I'm looking for?
Yep. He's in here.
Yeah, because he's the new god of knowledge.
Yeah.
He took that from Metarog.
What did they call that? Yeah, what is this? Was that the Source Door? What is that?
No, this is what I was going to bring up. This is the first time they mentioned that's where Justice League ended. The door they're going through. The first time we're like, oh, we don't know what happened. We don't remember. Yeah, this is the door.
Did they give it a name?
No, it's the door, the quintessence, however you pronounce it, open for them to get away. Well, once they went through that door, like they're saying here, nobody can remember what happened. It's just like they woke up and it's like death metal now.
Interesting.
So basically, continuing the review, there's an attack on the Batman Who Laughs, and the Robins jump in front of it, the Groblins, and we see regular Batman. So this is basically...
So the part I was confused about, which Earth are these all from? So like the Wonder Woman and the Batman, which Earth were they from?
What do you mean, the regular Wonder Woman and Batman?
Yeah.
They're the normal Justice League.
They are, okay.
Yeah, everyone...
clear on it.
Yeah. Well, all the Batman go to attack Batman.
Effed up.
And this is another thing that don't make sense. So we have that whole page of text. So Batman could pull out a Black Lantern ring and raise the dead bats, which include Jonah Hex.
Where did Batman get a Black Lantern ring from?
Wouldn't Batman have to be dead to wield the Black Lantern ring? That's the first big question.
Yeah, I was a little curious about that.
You're remembering continuity too well. They expect you to forget that.
Yeah.
I think this book was written for me.
But you get to see, like, it's a Scott Snyder. You get to see lots of cool stuff. Like, here's a page here. It's just basically a blank page with power chords to emphasize that this book's called Death Metal. That's just a wasted page they charged us for.
I hate it when they do that.
Yeah. So I'll pass the review on to someone else.
There's a lot of things that I do like. I like how they tease a little Lobo side story, and that's pretty cool. So maybe Lobo will be brought in somehow. And
he will be.
Well, have you heard what issue 2 is supposed to be? The Lobo, Batman, and the JSA make a return and traverse the universe.
Yeah, the JSA are coming back in issue number 2. I did see that.
Like Snyder,
Lobo.
you already brought the JSA back and then immediately transported them back to their time conveniently. Like, what do we?
Well, and
you
the
know?
part I like too is like they're all like old, and so they all have like that same look as that you called it the Mage Batman. Like all of their clothes are like loose and seem to be falling off of them.
Really? I
Yeah.
haven't seen pictures of it yet.
Oh yeah, yeah. Alan Scott and the what's his name? The original Flash. Both of them, you can see it. Their clothes are just like falling off.
Yeah.
But
Clayface Batman.
Yeah, Clayface Batman. There's a lot of
yeah, we
different
got
Batmans
Lasso in the chat, so we should. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I did see an image from issue number 2 with Wonder Woman that looks really cool.
Yeah, speaking of issue 2, it is also a first appearance and a key issue.
Oh,
Yeah, it is the first appearance of the Robin King.
Oh yeah, that's right.
all right.
So
But yeah, the image I'm talking about with Wonder Woman, she's just like she's got her chainsaw out and she's just shredding on the Batman Who Laughs guitar.
oh yeah, I saw that too.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
That was gonna be cool. Yeah, I hope they don't do a ton of variants like they did with this one. What they do, like someone said, it's up to O, the letter O. So whatever letter that is in the alphabet, there's that many variants.
Wow.
Just for Death Metal #1.
Now I gotta say, like, I thought the book was tough for me to get into, but once I got into it, the pace picked up some. I started enjoying it a little bit more, and I started to just, I guess, just put aside my, I guess, expectations and just kind of went with it, realizing, okay, this is a little sillier, right? And I was reading some other reviews after I read it, and it seems the general consensus was for people that read it, they just went into it looking to have a good time. They weren't like Tim, no offense, but like they weren't going into it like, how does this line up with the Justice League, this book, right? Like,
Here's my thought on that.
You're probably not gonna like it.
I go into Harley Quinn expecting to laugh and have a good time, and that's 10 times better written than this. At least it makes sense.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Listen, DC, you can't make me like Harley Quinn. DC, if you're listening, you can't make me like Harley Quinn. No matter what you do, you can't do
Old
it.
Lady Harley.
Stop
Old
trying.
Lady Harley, Tony. You got to read it.
No, Old Lady Harley.
If you like this book even a little, you're gonna have a Harley Quinn tattoo by the end of the year.
Not gonna happen. If I get a Harley Quinn tattoo by the end of the year, I'll pay you $1,000. You heard it live. It's recorded forever. I can't undo it. It's not gonna happen.
We'll have to fly Squatchy Inc. out to Pennsylvania, and Tim and I will have to like hold Tony down and Squatchy the Harley tramp stamp.
Listen, if that's the case, if I change my mind and I want to do that, I'm gonna fly Squatch out here on my dollar, put him up in a fancy hotel to get a tramp stamp of Harley Quinn. If that's how I'm gonna do it.
Blow your channel up, Tony. I'm just saying.
Let's put up a poll. Yes or no?
Let's
Should
not
Tony?
put up a poll. Let's not put up a poll. Although, if it was for like some kind of charity, who knows? Maybe, but not gonna happen. So, just plan on it not happening. I refuse to like Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Can't make me. I know Dan's a big Harley Quinn fan.
Yeah, I've been digging this last arc, man. She's a pro wrestler. Trying to.
She could be hit or miss of the issues I've read, but like the good ones, they just make you laugh.
They do.
So
she's in a wrestling promotion now, and trying to find out who murdered her tag team partner. So.
Yeah, and Booster Gold's in it, who I love.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's not a good guy. Stop trying to make her a good guy.
She's an anti-hero.
Word is she's dying, issue 75. Well, for a little while, anyways.
A murderer. Period. Close it.
Punchline's going to kill her. That's what they're saying.
That'd be funny if
No.
Harley Quinn kills Punchline and that's it. It's over. No more Punchline.
Oh,
All this hype for nothing.
we're gonna see Tim just bawl on camera.
Man.
No. I mean, I'm not attached to Harley Quinn. I just think she's funny.
Oh, I'm a big Harley Quinn fan.
Yeah.
Or they kill each other and they're both down, out, never to come back ever again.
Like Superman Doomsday style, right?
Even Punchline's a new cluster. In for a couple of issues and then that's it.
So, continuing the review.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, guys, this is a good time for me, I think, to probably bail out of here. I apologize. I hate to do it, but I've got another commitment I need to run to with my kids.
Real quick, anything cool coming up on your channel?
Yeah, I don't know if you can see those boxes over there on my table, but I've got some major unboxing videos coming up. I'm gonna have some Star Wars spec, and then I got a big Green Lantern video coming.
Very cool.
So
Always excited to see you.
I did real quick before I go. I'll show you my book show real quick, and then you guys definitely
go for
please
it.
finish. I hate having to leave, but I found these today, and I thought you guys would appreciate them.
Hey.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Did
Nice.
Longbow Hunters a few weeks ago, and then I found the follow-up, the Green Arrow #1 by Grell.
Awesome.
That was pretty cool, I thought. And then I did find one other thing that I think Tony and Tim are going to really like. You guys see my blank wall over there, and you can see the stuff I'm starting to pile up, getting it ready to fill out the rest of that blank spot. Check this out.
Nice. That is so cool.
Oh, cool.
Look, it's signed too.
By who?
Angela McKendrick. But I just thought that was so
Familiar with.
cool.
You need this?
Interesting. That's cool though. That's
Now, one thing I did notice though, what's the deal with this? Look at the words at the top. What's wrong?
in Darkest Night. No. Well, they screwed up the oath.
It's too small for me to read.
It says in brightest day, in darkest night. I don't know why they got that wrong, but
Yeah, I was gonna say they screwed up the oath.
yeah. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna bail. You guys finish off death metal. I'll be back next week. I apologize, Dan. I'm so sorry. Hopefully, you can come back on another week where I can stick around for the whole thing.
Thanks.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Later.
Yeah.
See ya.
Stopping by. As to make up for that, what we're gonna do very briefly, is I'm going to throw the link out there. See if anyone wants to hop in. Feel free. We're talking death metal. Yeah, Dan, I'm curious as to why you liked it so much. It seems you and Tim are on opposite ends of the spectrum here.
I'll just say I had very low expectations. I think it just seemed like it was going to be really, really stupid. I mean, just
Yeah.
And when I gave myself over to it, I just thought it was fun.
Yeah. It's it's just a book. A lot of people read into stuff like this. Hey, this happened. This shouldn't have happened. Why did that happen? But
I thought all the little nods are fun. I mean, they are obvious things to do, but with Sergeant Rock and Swamp Thing and the little nod with Jonah Hex,
shout out to Biggie Shack.
I liked it.
What's up, yo? Biggie Shack's in the house. Yo, Biggie, if you got a minute, I'd love to get your thoughts on death metal. If you haven't read it or if you did read it, hop on the stream if you could spare a minute. I'm kind of curious as to your thoughts. But yeah, I mean I like the whole. I'm a huge multiverse fan. If that's not obvious by some of those who do know me in the community, that's why I'm really excited to see where this goes. There's not a whole lot that explains the dark multiverse, so that's why I'm kind of hoping that they dig deep into it and do a big because I know they're coming out with a dark multiverse guidebook. I'm going to buy the heck out of that.
The things I didn't like were the things we've touched upon earlier, like this, the walls, and I mean that's a little better, but but I don't know. He has to explain himself, I guess. I don't know. I gave him a pass.
Yeah, the 2-page wall of explanation.
Yeah.
At least we got some characters, right?
Tim was not a huge fan, but Tim, is there anything in the book that you liked?
Well, I mean, if I was going to compliment Scott Snyder, he does have little Easter eggs. He likes to put as much into the book as he can, so you get to see characters you don't normally get to see. And he definitely makes cool, evil Batman. But I mean, apart from the visual, I'm like, if you just took the words out of this book, I mean, this book would improve dramatically. It looks great. Just as a story, it's like you have to dumb yourself down to, because every page you'd be like, that don't make sense. You just have to ignore all that, to get through it.
Yeah, weren't they teasing a long time ago that Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo weren't going to be working on Batman books anymore? But it feels like it's a big Batman book.
That's one thing I want to point out. At the end of this book, Wonder Woman's talking about, they're mentioning Bruce Wayne or something, and Wonder Woman goes, but this isn't his story, meaning it's a Wonder Woman story. I'm like, no, there's 90 Batman in this book, but this is not a Batman book. This is a Wonder Woman book.
Yeah.
But no.
Interesting. Yeah, this is it's different. I'm kind of curious to see where they go with it. But yeah. It's weird, one thing that bothers me that's not related to the story, and I'm gonna hop on a quick soapbox here, is all these variant covers. Like I said, they're up to O, so I'd imagine there's a lot out there. Dan, did you only pick up the one cover?
I picked up the one I have in my hand is my reader copy. I got the Arkham copy. I thought the Arkham copy was probably the best. I hate variants as much as I hate lots of variants. So preach.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm preaching to the choir, and this is a hot subject for me. Is stop making 145 different variants. Some of them are even by the same cover artist too. But I mean, I think there should be like an A copy, obviously, but maybe B, maybe C, and kind of leave it at that. But that's a whole other cover.
I normally buy the B covers of books, and I'm of the thought of, they purposely make this B cover so awesome to get you to buy two. Why not just have the B cover instead of the A? And I actually got suckered. Well, not really suckered. When I went into my shop, they had 3 covers, and I thought this was the best of the 3. Right. But I wanted the chromium, whatever you call it, like the first series, like 90s books. When I got up to the register, they had some of these up there. And I'm like one of those people, I don't want to be like, well, can you take that off? So I'm like, I'll just take one of these 2, because this was the cover I wanted. But
it's cool that it's a black and white version of the same issue.
Yeah.
But I like how they, right here you can't really see, but there's like some kind of a demon above Superman's head. But if you zip over here to the black and white copy, you can clearly see it, which is kind of neat. So you see a little bit more different details than you would just the standard copy. But yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Variants, that's it's a sore subject for a lot of people, including me. Stop killing us. We're the ones who buy.
Did you see? You see, they came out with the facsimile of this.
That's cool.
Detective, very cool.
Isn't that the first Laughing Fish reprinted?
Yeah. Magic Lasso hits it right on the head. I hate it too when they use the same image as a variant copy. So lazy. It's just a different color, you know what I mean, or virgin cover or something. Yeah. Why would you do that? That's stupid.
Well, it's like what they do in Pops. You'll get the pop, and then there'll be 9 different chromes. And then you'll also get the same pop, but this one glows in the dark.
How about that Joker book? Did y'all did y'all pick up copies of the Joker book? Was that last week?
The Joker 80th anniversary? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Joker's cool.
I thought that was surprisingly good. And that had some great covers. The Jock cover, the Sinkovich. That's all I'm remembering. The Delato was cool too, but at $10
Delato.
a pop, I mean, oh my god,
Yeah.
only getting one of those. But
Yeah.
Just buy one now, and then a year from now, buy a couple mystery boxes. You'll get 3 more.
yeah, that
It'll be
joke
Medallion
made it
later.
was
Yeah.
surprisingly good, despite the lame origin story.
Yeah,
I hate it when they
outside
do
of Death Metal, DC's putting out a lot of good books right now. One I'm worried about, because we were just talking about Ellis getting in trouble. The best Batman book going is Batman's Grave, and that's in danger of being canceled now.
I don't know if it'll be canceled. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a scummy move, but you know what? He sells books, and right now in the comic book industry, that's what you need. You know?
Well, that's something I thought today. Now, I don't want Batman's Grave to be canceled, but I saw an article that said, man, DC is really sticking up for these people. They're brave by canceling that dinosaur Batman story. I'm like, that ain't brave. Like, being brave would have been canceling Batman's Grave. But
yeah, you remember? I'm going to change the subject here briefly. Ezra Miller got in trouble because he choked out a fan.
oh
And
yeah,
once they announced the Flash movie, like you didn't hear nothing else about it. That was it. You
Well-
couldn't find videos of it anywhere. Like they cut it out of the news.
well, I could be wrong, but like, didn't Ezra actually have footage like before where the guy's like, hey, it'd be funny to do a video like this, like asking him to pretend choke him? That's what I had heard, something like that. And I thought that's what killed it. Like,
No clue. I mean, if that's true, that's a shame on the media for not, apologizing to Ezra Miller.
yeah.
But that's a whole other subject. Yeah, I don't know if that exists or not. I have no idea. But that would make sense if that surfaced, and that's why it died so
Well,
fast.
I know I read it, but just because you read something don't mean just the fact that it all sort of died down. I just assumed it was true.
Yeah. Who knows? And I see you got a nice Wonder Woman glass. What are you drinking out of it?
Oh, I mean, just trash beer, Modelo. It's my go-to cheapy beer.
Show us the glass. Show us your Wonder Woman glass.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
Hey.
Well, since we're through the review, it's my first time talking to Dan. What's like your thing? Like, we collect Green Lantern. We're big Green Lantern guys. What's your main thing you collect, Dan?
Well, we were on the new Cadia show. I'm all over the place. Went over the DC stuff earlier. Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn, Justice League. Love a good Justice League story. Been reading Batman again. Batman is good. I read that Green Lantern series from Grant Morrison. I'll usually give a try to anything that Grant Morrison does. I usually pick up all of the Image number ones and stick with certain ones. Been reading Family Tree. Family Tree is good. The Jeff Lemire title.
I was going to say Dan's a big indie guy. I mean, yeah, he reads some of the big stuff too. But
yeah, I've been reading the AWA stuff. I read Aftershock titles. And Marvel books. I like Thor. I like Hulk. And Conan. So I was a big Walking Dead fan while that was going on. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool, man.
I try to be open-minded,
Yeah.
I just want to read interesting stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of good indies out there. But Dan had this really cool book a while back that he sold that I absolutely loved. The Wonder Woman signed by Gal Gadot. Dude, that was awesome.
Beautiful book. But when I paid like between $200 and $300 for that, and someone bought it for $1,000. So
I would have bought it for $1,000.
Wow.
I think that's the highest price it sold for too. At least it was a year or a year and a half ago when I sold it. So
yeah, man, that would have been awesome. But Justice League, you guys excited for the Snyder Cut? I know I am.
I am.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty sick. But it sounds like they're even bringing back I cannot remember his name. The guy who played Deathstroke, Joe something. But he's even coming back to do some of his reshoots.
See, like 2 weeks ago, Tim, you were saying that you weren't that big a fan of Snyder. Is that true?
The Zack Snyder?
Yeah. Yeah.
No. No, I'm not a fan of Zack Snyder, but the movie did so poorly. If this Snyder cut is well received, it could only be good for the DC movies going forward.
Definitely.
So I'm hoping it's awesome. And just what I'm seeing, like, I'm seeing stuff I wanted to see. Like, there might be an Atom. You're talking Deathstroke. You're talking Darkseid. That's stuff we should have had in the movie to begin with.
Yep.
So.
But yeah, I've never been really all that impressed with Zack Snyder. I thought 300 was excellent. I like that. Watchmen, entertaining but kind of soulless. Sucker Punch was dumb. I really did not like Man of Steel. Batman versus Superman was just. Although I've heard the director's cut is good. So yeah.
See, I liked Man of Steel and I liked Watchmen. But I saw the movie before I read the book, so I could definitely see why people that would have read the book first wouldn't have liked it. But
Watchmen was fun, definitely. But
yeah,
did you guys see some of the David Ayer stuff? I'm trying to find the article I read. Suicide Squad, but he's hoping that if Justice League Snyder Cut is successful, that he'll get some money to do a David Ayer cut of Suicide Squad, which will tie up. Because of how they were supposed to be story-wise, would have made a lot more sense. He's hoping that he'll be able to do that. I mean, I can't imagine them going that far back. I don't think Will Smith will come back, but but who knows? I could be wrong.
Did you ever see Birds of Prey, Tony?
I
did not. I never got a chance.
I'm not surprised.
I saw the first maybe 40 minutes of it, and then I didn't finish it because I own the DVD. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I did not see Birds of Prey, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't because they had a character in there called Barbara or Cassandra Cain or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Cassandra Cain,
yeah, but it wasn't Batgirl or anything. It was just a random character. And I was like,
bullshit.
Why would you do that?
It was just a plot device. They gave a familiar name to you.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have a Bruce Wayne in a Superman movie, but it ain't gonna be Batman. It's just some guy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how they thought that wasn't gonna like piss off comic book fans, but I liked it a lot. I mean, they shouldn't have called it Birds of Prey. It was a total Harley Quinn movie.
It could have just been, a Harley Quinn movie. I think we need a Birds of Prey movie, but it should be Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, not Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey.
It could just be Black Canary and Barbara Gordon.
Yeah, or just have the Birds of Prey. We don't need them to have a stronger character to introduce them. Everybody knows who the Birds of Prey are. And if they don't, I think they're going to love the characters anyway.
What would be a more empowering movie than Oracle and Black Canary? You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
The two of them being able to do something.
You can have the Oracle. I think, in a perfect world, it would be Oracle, Black Canary, the Huntress, throw in Batgirl. You want your female lead movie, that's fine. You don't need a Harley Quinn for that. You can have these other strong characters in there.
Yeah,
they ruined that movie. They had all chances of getting a good, decent Birds of Prey movie went right out the window.
It was a Harley Quinn movie. It was not a Birds of Prey movie. And it was a total misstep, them trying to shoehorn that in there.
Yeah, and I forget where I heard this, but that's what they're trying to do. Like, hey, here's Harley Quinn, and here's the Birds of Prey. Hey, the Birds of Prey are coming up, and boom, now we're getting a standalone Birds of Prey movie because they got introduced in the Harley Quinn thing. Kind of dumb in my opinion. Now blew up right in their face. And damn it, DC, I'm not gonna like Harley Quinn, and there's nothing you can do. I refuse.
You got to read Old Lady Harley, Tony.
I'm not gonna read Old Lady Harley. I'm not gonna do
Johnny
it.
tells me not to finish Birds of Prey.
Yeah, don't even finish it.
Well, I was thinking I've considered finishing it because where I left off, it was like, well, maybe Harley's past the whole whining, complaining because she got dump phase, and it'll get funny.
It does, man.
Yeah.
They pay homage to her roller derby. Her beaver is in there. Lots of funny nods to the comic. When Margot is on screen, it's fun.
Yeah, I think the last thing I saw was when she went into the police station and took it out.
Yeah.
So I watched just shortly past that. And I thought it was starting to get good because that was a heck of a scene.
Yep.
That fight scene.
I thought Harley Quinn and Suicide Squad was great. I'm a huge Suicide Squad fan. I'm really excited for this. It's not a reboot because they're bringing back the exact same actor, so it's a sequel.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see where she goes, where she comes from. Special shout out to Comic Fu 2814. I don't know who this guy is, but I guess we'll shout him out for the first time ever on this show.
Yeah, the first time
ever. But yeah, I'm a big Suicide Squad fan. I think Margot Robbie did a great Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad movie. I hope she comes back with that same energy to the second one.
Would you say you're a fan of her Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad?
No, I would not. Not. Good try. No, but reading the comics of Suicide Squad, I think Margot Robbie is the best actor or actress for that role. I think she does a great job. I'm a fan of the actress, not necessarily the character. I thought.
Oh, are you reading the new Suicide Squad now, Tony?
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
It's good. I like it. Yeah, I'm a huge Suicide Squad fan. I got to meet.
I just came into the Suicide Squad bandwagon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In fact, I got it right here. I maybe have 25 Suicide Squad comics, but I did manage to get. I can find it here.
I got to meet John Ostrander, the creator of the Suicide Squad, a couple of times. There you go.
Yeah.
Very
so
nice.
I got I think I have 3. Well, no, I guess I have 5 because I had the Oracle keys from that, and I got a few Rebirth Suicide Squad. So, but it's definitely something I really want to get into.
I will raise your Suicide Squad with my Suicide Squad. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Where is it? Kaboom!
Nice.
It's autographed.
Awesome.
By John Ostrander.
Kaboom.
Yeah. I said,
awesome.
huge Suicide Squad guy for me. So I was really excited for an opportunity to meet him.
I've really been going down the villain rabbit hole. So I've been really interested in Suicide Squad and Deathstroke. Man, that's such a good comic. I couldn't believe how good the Deathstroke comic book is.
Yeah, especially this previous one was good. Who was the writer on that? Christopher Priest?
This is my villains box right here. I keep going to the same box. Yeah, the last issue was written by Priest. But I got a good chunk of all the Deathstroke series, but the first one I think I only have 1 or 2 of.
And in the next couple issues of Suicide Squad, I don't remember which one it is, but I guess the big spoiler is they're killing Deadshot. Deadshot's gonna die.
Oh, really?
But of course, comic book deaths. I don't know if he's if that's gonna stick, but
well, that's what happened in Deathstroke. I was buying it new, and he died. Well, then I come back and I get the very last issue. He's alive again.
Yep.
So.
That was the if I remember right. That was that cool cover where it's 2 covers. One was clear, and it was I forget the name of it, but damn it.
One of the Titans, I forget her name. The Red Arrow and the Titans killed him.
Yeah, and then Rose went to that her funeral.
Yeah, because when I left off, I think was it Jericho or Grant? One of his sons was going by Deathstroke.
Yeah, he's one of his kids picked up the Deathstroke mantle.
Yeah,
I love stuff when they do that.
Yeah, when you come into this, it was like normal Deathstroke is fighting an evil old Deathstroke from another Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Star Tiger brings up a good point. The Assault on Arkham animated movie, that was what DC likes to do is before they launch start filming, we'll use Suicide Squad for example, because it fits here perfectly. They were doing a Suicide Squad movie. They didn't know where to do with it, so they made a Assault on Arkham. Like, hey, how's the fans respond to this? And it's funny because that was supposed to be the Suicide Squad movie, was a spin-off of Assault on Arkham. Obviously, they had to change a few things, but Batman was going to be the big villain for the Suicide Squad movie. But then they changed that. It was supposed to be Steppenwolf, and then they changed that again, and it was Enchantress. And then
Tim, do you have the DCU channel?
Yeah, the app.
Yeah. Have you been watching the Harley Quinn series?
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a few weeks, but I think I was up to like episode 3 or 4 of season 2.
Oh, season 2 starts out kind of because season 1 was so good. It gets so much better. I mean,
See, that makes sense. I almost didn't watch it because the first couple episodes turned me off, and then I sort of got the humor of it. Love the end of season 1, and like sort of what you said, season 2, it didn't pull me in.
oh, I mean, the first season was just goddamn so good, and then the second season, the first 3 or 4 episodes, just like okay, it gets better. Harley and Ivy, they conceive their relationship, and it's hilarious. It's good.
yeah,
I'll ask you one. Are you watching Stargirl?
No, is it good?
It's the best show they've done. Of course, I love the JSA and the legacy of it, and that's big in this show. But it's done so well. They do the character right. It's awesome.
I'll see if I can bring up the article. They're considering a JSA live action based off of the events of Stargirl.
Oh, that'd be a dream come true. I love the JSA.
I think it's they're gonna see where Stargirl goes.
Yeah.
And Doom Patrol season 2 is starting June 25th.
I liked Doom.
Oh, I did too. It's good. It's very.
You know what? I let my DC Universe app expire on purpose because I was not a huge fan what DC was doing. We have this app, the DC Universe, where they're going to put all kinds of new TV shows and whatnot. It was going to be awesome. But then they have HBO Max over here, which is getting all the good stuff. Green Lantern Corps, Justice League Dark. And I love those. So I have no choice. I'm not going to do both. I'm going to do one. So I let DC Universe go. It's sad too because there's a lot of good content on there. Plus, it doesn't even matter. Doom Patrol is coming to
now.
HBO too, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But I mean, it's so easy to buy the app and opt out of the app from month to month, quarter to quarter, whatever. Because I unsub after the Harley episodes. So
I like Titans. I thought Titans was awesome.
I mean, it's fun, man. You can get lost in rabbit holes there. I mean, they have like Super Friends with the Legion of Doom from the 70s when I was a kid. I mean,
I wish they had the CW shows so you could like catch up on the Flash and stuff.
And that's what I mean. Like they were going to say this app is going to be everything. Well, that's not true. That's definitely not true. And it rotates.
Don't even have a Constantine.
Yeah, they took off Constantine. It was on there.
Was it? Yeah, it's on CW Seed. Is the only place I could find it. It's like a free CW app.
Yeah, when we got the DC streaming service, that was like the first show that I introduced my wife to, and we sat down and watched together, and she loved it too. Was Constantine, because we were watching Legends of Tomorrow, so I wanted to go back and show her where Matt Ryan's Constantine came from and how he was hosed, and he should have got a second season.
Oh yeah.
That's another big thing for me is Justice League Dark and Suicide Squad, Justice League Dark, Justice League. Those are my holy trinity.
That Justice League Dark movie, you guys have seen that, right?
Yeah. The Apocalypse War.
What did you guys think?
Loved it.
Oh, it was awesome.
And it's funny because we talked about this earlier, but I'll bring it up again, is that's where the third Justice League movie in the Justice League trilogy was supposed to end. Is that. And remember when Flash runs off to start Flashpoint again? That's where the Flashpoint movie with Ezra Miller was supposed to take off.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to reset the universe, but
Yeah,
Warner Brothers, in their infinite wisdom, decided not to do that.
Justice League Dark was about as epic animated movie as they've made.
Oh yeah,
It was good.
I've heard.
you see, Deathstroke is getting an animated movie.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I think it's out really soon. Actually.
Why isn't that on the DC app?
Because it's not out yet.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know I said it a little bit ago, but I'm just shocked at how good some of these Deathstroke comics have been.
Yeah,
I've really enjoyed them.
here's another one: Deathstroke animated series coming to the CW.
Huh.
So there you go, you big CW fans.
Awesome.
Yeah, but that's that's I forget my train of thought. I was reading some of the comments.
So this last page of Death Metal, we all got that was an invisible chainsaw forged from the jet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You could even see her make it.
Some people.
If you go backwards, you can see her making it.
Yeah. When she goes down, so I thought that was really cool.
that was pretty cool. Yeah, they did a lot of cool things in the. I mean, Tim, are you picking up the second issue?
The reader in me says no, but I have OCD when it comes to collecting. So I would either have to throw this issue away for real, or I'll have to buy the next 5. So
Yeah, right.
more than likely, I'll buy it, and I probably won't read it.
What did you guys think of the original Metal?
I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah.
Okay.
My review on that was it was dangerously close to being like why you don't, fan fiction on the internet, dangerously close to why you don't let them do that. Because it's a great like one-off story, but then what do you do with Red Death? What do you do with Batman Who Laughs? Like, it changes quite a bit of the DC universe to just have them loose in it. You know what I mean? So
True.
it's really dangerous. You can wind up with like really poorly written stories if they're loose. But
Wow.
Yeah, tell us how you really feel, man.
I think it's like something DC does that's great is Elseworld stories because they're contained, And when Death Metal is still just contained in its own story, I thought it was great.
Yeah, Dan, you picking up issue 2?
I think, yeah, I am. I really liked it. I did.
I'm on the fence about it. I'm 50-50 either way, but I would agree more with Tim that the OCD in me is like I gotta stop now, or I'm never gonna stop. I gotta get the whole run. Plus, I'm very excited for the Speed Metal, the Flash tie-in.
Yeah.
I guess
well, it's sort of like you. I'm interested in those one-shots because they might give you information that me as a fan wants, like the Dark Multiverse information and stuff like that.
That's what might turn me off is all the one-shots because just no, I'm not buying all the tie-ins.
I have to, man. I have to.
But I thought it was fun. And I had really low expectations. So
I think I'm gonna be like Sheldon, like you guys like just pretend it's fun, and you just see Sheldon with his face trying to read it. That's gonna be me.
Yeah, I agree here that the one shots were good for Metal. You had Dawnbreaker, you had Red Death, you had Merciless, Damned, yeah. And I think we're gonna get not exactly that, but something very similar. If you especially look at some of the issues that are coming out, like
I think there's something called like a play on Legends of the Dark Knight, because that's the book that the Dinosaur Batman B. Rex story was cut from. So I think that's going to be like an anthology of a whole bunch of origin stories of more Batman.
Yeah. Who knows? I'm excited. Real quick, Tim, 1 out of 10, where do you place this issue? So with 10 being the highest.
Well, just for the art and creativity of creating characters, I'll give it a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10?
Yeah.
Wow, really? Dan, what do you
Because, like
think?
I said, this is a great book if you just had the art. The art's fantastic. It's the words and the story that ruin it.
Fair enough. Dan, where do you give it?
I would have given it a B plus. I like the book except for those the word pages, the 3 word pages, which were just total wastes. So I mean, 7 out of 10. I liked it.
7 out of 10. I'm gonna split the hair here. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a flat out 5. Me and Johnny are gonna sit on the fence and give it a 5.
Yeah.
I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. But hopefully it just gets better with issue 2, so on and so forth.
Yeah, Dan, and I apologize if I offend you on my review. I don't mean to. Like,
No, not at all. I think it's.
I know two fans could pick up the same book and one love it, one hate it. That's why we have so many different genres. And
I don't know.
just for me personally, this just. If you come on, you need to come on again when we're reading something I like, and we can have fun together instead of me being angry all night.
I think one of the
opposing viewpoints are interesting, and I love DC Comics, and but I am not as I'm not as well versed as you guys with the DCU stuff.
I think one story we'll have to bring Dan Piercy back and actually do like a big review is Green Lantern and Planet of the Apes. Dan's a big Planet of the Apes guy.
Yeah,
We're big Green Lantern guys. It's a match made in heaven.
I bought some of those comics just for the covers. And when you guys finally do Old Lady Harley, well, I'd love to come on for that.
Old Lady Harley. I tell you what, if we ever do Old Lady Harley, I have an absolute special one of a kind review. If we ever do it, you guys will be excited.
You see that to me, Old Lady Harley and this are almost similar in a way that you're seeing this landscape is completely changed. But like Old Lady Harley is like it's Elseworlds, like it's not real, you know what I mean?
It's different.
Yeah, Dave gives it a 2.5 from I forget what Earth he's on right now, but
haters.
Something to think about is the end of this book is what's shaping the next few years of the DC universe. Keep that in mind. Yeah. We're getting this instead of 5G, and I know we hated the idea of 5G, but 5G is starting to look pretty good now.
Oh God, no.
I disagree. I would rather have this, even if it's middle of the road for me. I don't think I would have been kind to 5G.
Oh my God, that would kill everything.
Samuel liked it too. Sorry, Samuel.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Samuel gave it an 8.
Yeah.
I will give it Samuel. Yeah, it was good. It was all right. All right.
Rude Planet brings up a good point. It reminded me of that too. It gave me Last Night on Earth vibes because you just sort of start out in a world that's completely different, and you're learning as you go what happened.
Yeah, Last Night on Earth was also a really good story.
Yeah, see, I like Last Night on Earth, but that again, it was an Elseworld, so like, there's nothing on the line, if you know what I mean.
You can just be super creative with it.
Yeah.
Well, who knows?
I didn't have the patience for Last Night on Earth. I think that was maybe me, and maybe I should give it another read.
We see, it's perfect for me because when you know it's Elseworlds, it don't matter. Like, who cares if Batman dies or this person dies because it don't matter. You know what I mean? I love stories like that.
Yeah, I'm a big, like I said, big multiverse fan. So I'm really excited to see, especially with Dark Multiverse. That's something that they're writing right now. So who knows what is going to come out of it.
I think it's interesting. And it's like, I mean, is this going to be the DC universe forever? I mean,
piggybacking off what Tim said, he's right. This is going to have huge, consequences for the DC universe. So
it could never end. I mean,
never end or what? Who knows?
We talked about it before when Dan Didio got fired, and I was no Dan Didio fan. Dan Didio, if you go back and read, he'll say he was pushing for 5G, and Scott Snyder got upset because it was changing his plans for this book, and Scott Snyder made a fuss. And that was part of what got Didio fired. So think about Dan Didio was trying to stop this book from happening, at least the way we're seeing it. So,
well, he was an editor, so I mean, that's got to count for something, right? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
5G just sounded horrible to me.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge
Oh,
fan.
I agree.
As soon as they said it was canceled, I did a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
I was very, very excited. Yeah, if anyone who doesn't know what 5G was, go back and take a look at what was canceled about it, and you'll thank us later. I'm glad I got canceled for sure. Happy as can be.
So,
But yeah, we're a little over an hour here, hour and 15 minutes. This is usually a good stopping point for us, but we'll go ahead and shout out some socials. Dan, you're the guest. I'll give you the floor, sir. Where can we find you? What do you got coming up on your channel?
Yeah. dpiercyscomics.com forwards to my YouTube channel. And that just, I do a weekly comics pickup thing, comics and beer. And I do offhanded, like little irreverent.
I like confrontational comics. That's my favorite one that you do.
I've mellowed out, though. I don't think I can do that anymore. But I don't know. Maybe it'll come back. We'll see.
Yeah.
But that's my main thing. D. Piercy's Comics, my YouTube thing, my weekly pickups. And I'm pretty active on IG too, dpiercyscomics.com. Or D. Piercy's Comics, yeah, on IG. So, yeah, that's my spiel.
Cool. Awesome. Tim, you're on deck.
sure. I'm gonna show my book show real quick.
Sure.
Squatchy Inc. had his mystery boxes dropped this week, and in that box you get he takes a blank cover and does his own art on it. The one I got was old lady Harley here. Squatchy drew this.
Saw that on your IG. Very cool.
That is awesome.
So for those who don't know, Squatchy Inc., look him up on Instagram and YouTube. He does commissions, or you could wait for the next round of mystery boxes to drop. But my socials, I am the Comic Collector on YouTube, Tim_the Comic Collector on Instagram and Twitter. I do some action figure stuff on Instagram and on YouTube. I'm probably just going to be doing some collection videos, stuff like that. But I do want to shout out, my wife is doing some stuff on her YouTube, Mrs. Comic Collector. She already has a video up, and she's going to be doing a comic haul soon. So
is your wife in
go
there
check her out
as well? Is it a hobby you both share, or something recently she got into?
She's had comics off and on, but recently she's really got into it because she watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer and loved it. And then when I was out hunting, I found that there were Buffy comics. So I got her, I don't know, probably half a short box of Buffy I've found in the last couple weeks. But like, she wants to do a lot more stuff like the video that's up now. It's I forget the exact name of it, Japan Crate or something like that. It's like mystery food boxes. That's the kind of stuff she'll do mostly of. So
Trying to find her channel here because I know I'm a sub to it. I'll throw it here in the
some smaller channels could be harder to find searching. If you are really interested in checking her out, go to my channel and go back. You'll see something that's called like a Japan Crate or something unboxing, and in the link of that video is her channel. If you really want to check her out.
Got it. I got it right here. Let me pull this up here. I'm going to drop a link in her or here in the chat. Yep, no problem. Oh, geez. Share. Here we go.
But she will do comic videos as she gets them, and she'll be doing those crates. The problem with those crates is the one she just did, we waited 48 days for. So because of Corona, shipping's crazy with those food boxes right now.
Yeah. I believe it.
I bought a Harley Quinn 1 from Germany, the loot chest variant. It's the Adam Hughes, and Harley doesn't have the black underwear, so it's just skin. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. But it was a Europe variant from Germany, and unfortunately it couldn't be shipped because of
oh, man.
COVID-19. Bummed out. But,
dang.
And on the wife thing, I get really psyched when my wife gets into comics. She likes Monstrous from Image a lot, and Paper Girls. She liked Paper Girls from Image too. We both like that. Yeah.
I
Cool.
Go ahead, Dan. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I mean, stuff I read that I think she'll like. I turn her to. Yeah.
Absolutely.
She can. My wife can be a hard sell too. So if she likes it, it's it's good. Yeah. So
yeah, with my wife, I let her read Wonder Woman: Dead Earth issue 1. She absolutely loved it. So I'm excited to get her issue 2 in her hands. I mean, she's not going to go out there and buy a signed edition. She didn't love it that much, but she sat down. She liked Wonder Woman. She enjoyed it.
I don't know if I've come across a Black Label book that wasn't good.
Yeah, it's because
I mean, maybe there is, but I can't even think of it. Like everyone I've read in some way has impressed me.
Yeah.
Dead Earth.
Yeah, Dead Earth.
Dead Earth 3 was so good.
I almost didn't buy it because the art I was seeing for it was turning me off. And I'll say it's not my favorite art, but
It
the
is weird
story
art.
is so good you forget about the art.
Yep, it's weird art for Wonder Woman, but it's almost like comparable to like how Frank Miller did Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah. Like I said, at first it turned me off, but once you started reading it, it's like you don't even notice it anymore. You're just into it.
It's not pretty, but it has so much energy in what it displays.
Definitely.
But on my channel, I mean, I don't have a whole lot coming out yet, but I am going to do what's the date today? The 20th. So we got one more week of June comics, and I'm going to put together a end of the month haul. I know a lot of people are doing like weekly hauls, but I thought my own little twist on it would be this is all the books I picked up in June kind of thing. So
Cool.
that includes back issues and new releases too. So maybe we'll have a little fun with that. I'm thinking of doing something. I got a couple of cool ideas while I'm waiting for some of these stores to open up so I can go in, make more films, panels of the Keystone. I have a couple episodes done, but I want several episodes to be done so I can let them all go at one time. But while I'm waiting for that, I thought of something really fun to do, but I haven't a chance to do it. But
are you continuing your autograph series?
Yeah, you know what? I need to do that. I stopped because coronavirus happened, and then I had to do a whole bunch of work from home, and then things are slowing down. And you know what? As of right now, it's kind of my own fault, my own laziness. I haven't done it, but I need to jump back on that bandwagon.
Well, those one backish. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is your work office in that room, Tony?
Yep.
My work office is here too, and it's like I used like it. I was like, oh, I can't wait to do my video on Wednesday, but it's like after working 8 hours in here, I'm like, oh, you know. Like I can't film except for like on Saturday and Sunday because I'm in this room so much now. I mean, knock on wood, I'm happy to be employed, but just like being.
I do a lot of video conferencing in my position with the government, and every time I'm in a video conference, there'll be a couple people waiting and be like, "Where do you live?
Yeah.
Do you live in a comic book store?" You can see everything.
Yeah.
Cool. And sometimes I'll have like a stack of books just like right here, bagging and boarding real quick. And they'll be like, what do you like? This is awesome. I don't care about the meeting. I want to talk to you. But that's funny. But we'll wrap it up here. Big high five to Dan Piercy for hanging out.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, thank you guys. I am out of my depth a lot with what you guys are talking about, but I knew I would fit right in with this one. And when you guys do the Old Lady Harley show, sign me up, Tony.
I was about to say we got to get you on for like a normal episode where Dave's staying and we're doing like the normal flow.
Maybe one of these. I got a summer vacation popping up where I'm going to be missing a Saturday. Maybe that's a perfect day to bring Dan on. You guys will have a lot of fun. But I still want to. I'm going to make a really cool video, and I want you guys to show it. But that's a whole other time, especially for Harley. It'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, that's we'll end it here. Big shout out to Dan. Big shout out to Tim. Double high five for Dave jumping out of here early.
Magic Lasso.
Definitely.
Yeah. Magic Lasso's cool as hell.
Big thanks to Magic Lasso, Star Tiger, Rude Planet for showing up. Sam
David,
David,
for coming every week, guys.
Johnny DC. If you guys are not subbed to any of these guys in the chat, sub everybody up, guys. I mean, there's a lot of good content. Superior Hero Reviews popped in here for a little bit. So did Immortal Biggie Shaq. Some big names in the industry. But one of these days we'll get Jim Lee to pop on. kidding.
Yeah.
It happened. We got Jimmy Lee. I think that's as close as we're ever gonna get.
I saw that episode too. Jim Lee. We'll just advertise
Man.
Jim Lee. Yeah.
If we could get Scott Snyder on here, it would go viral.
Yeah. Maybe that's how we should advertise it. Jim Lee.
Or Tom King, either one of them.
Yeah. Or just find some random fan named Dan Didio. And hop on.
Yeah.
But awesome. We'll end it here. Thanks everybody for showing up today. If you're catching this on the rewind, don't forget to sub myself, Tim the Comic Collector, and Dave Comics or Comic Food 2021.
Dave Comics.
Dave Comics. Because I think next week we are on Tim's show or Tim's channel.
Is it? Yeah. Yep. Next.
Yeah. And who knows what we're doing. But if you're into the show, you got to sub up all 3. That way you don't miss any episodes. Definitely go check out Dan's comics. Confrontational Comics is why I subscribe. Even though it's like only a minute long, it's absolutely hilarious. Or Comic Book Conversations with his comic book shop guy. But a lot of good stuff on Dan's channel. Definitely check out his blog, Reading Pile.
Yeah.
I know him and I are both big on the CBCS forums. So
before we sign off, the new slabs. Are you looking forward to those?
Yeah, absolutely. I love anything that comes out of that's the fanboy in me, but big CBCS fanboy.
They're really excited about the new slabs.
And now that Steve Borak and I are officially best buds because he gave me his phone number. That's when he was on my show, so I have saved in my phone. So we're like officially, bros. Even though I've never had to use it, but he's called me a couple times. But yeah, looking forward to the new CBCS slabs. Hey, thanks for liking my cool new logo that isn't really new, but I finally decided to switch out of my Marvel gear. And,
I was about to say you don't have Captain America no more?
I don't have Captain America anymore.
I hadn't even noticed.
Figured why not make it a little bit more accurate, but okay. Peace, y'all. Dan, we'll give you the last word.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right. All right. Thanks, everybody. And food.